Welcome to Friday Friends, RI Elder Info's weekly look at the organizations and individuals providing resources for Rhode Island seniors, caregivers, and professionals.
Hey everybody, happy Friday. It's 9 o'clock on Friday, and I am Deb Burton, Executive Director of RI Elder Info and host of this fabulous live streaming and podcasting show called Friday Friends. And as you know, we are a nonprofit organization here in Rhode Island dedicated to bringing you information that you or someone you know needs to know about. We are having an amazing conversation today with two wonderful women who are going to share some really important information for individuals, for caregivers, and for businesses. So I really encourage you, hit the like button, hit the share button, do all those social media things to let people know, hey, this is really cool. Come check it out. Now, I say it every week. I'm going to say it this week too. We are a 501c3 nonprofit, and we could not do this without the support of Point 32 Health Foundation, United Healthcare, Oak Street Health, 321 Media, England Studios, and all of the individual donors whose every dollar goes back into our programs every week to help us help others. So huge thank you. So I would like to welcome Michelle and Heather from the Ocean State Center for Independent Living.
Hello.
Hi, ladies.
How are you today?
Hello.
Good to see you. So, folks, can you tell everybody what is your role at the Ocean State Center for Independent Living, and what is OSCIL?
Absolutely. So my name is Michelle Machado. I'm an independent living coordinator at OSCIL. I also work within our nursing home transitional program as a coordinator in that program as well. And I'm a person-centered options counseling lead member. And I will get into a little bit about what that means a little later on.
My name is Heather Schey. I am an independent living coordinator as well. I also do a lot of advocacy work. I provide the Lunch and Learn coordination here for all of our Lunch and Learn programs, and a few other things. We can go down through the line. And I'll pass it back to Michelle.
And we also co-facilitate our women's group.
Yep, our Women with Disabilities Peer Support Group. Yep,
absolutely.
That is awesome. So what is Ocean State Center for Independent Living? For those folks maybe who haven't watched the show, this is maybe their first introduction to OSCIL. Can you share what OSCIL is and does?
So OSCIL is a nonprofit organization. We were established within the state of Rhode Island in 1988. So our aim is to help individuals remove barriers and be integrated into their communities through ways of, assistive technology and services. We are governed and we are run by individuals with disabilities in providing those services as well. And we work with those who are self-directed, which means that they are able to make their needs and wants known and are able to work with us in the process of achieving their goals.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. Very cool. Mm-hmm. And so when you say person-centered and self-directed, what kind of services does that mean? What can OSCIL help people do to maintain their independence or maybe recover their independence if they've had an event happen that maybe caused them to be in long-term care or the hospital, things like that?
So we have a number of different services that we provide individuals. So we have our core services, which provides independent living skills training. So that could be informational referral. So if they have questions about other community-based programs, whether it be transportation or whether it be how to get meals or learn about other community-based agencies. We also have advocacy, so we advocate for those. We both do that on an individual basis, whether that means advocating for proper housing or whether it be a systemic issue, like the working disabled, trying to promote individuals with disabilities going back to work. We also do transitional services. So, in reference to nursing home transition, I work with individuals on an individual basis to determine safe discharges from either the nursing home environment or the hospitals back home. So, that might mean securing proper housing, making sure that housing is adaptable to their needs, having them, acquire a shower chair or a ramp in order to access the home properly. And then we have a youth transition where we work with the youth as well in regards to, being able to go to work, explore college opportunities, things like that. And then we also have a unique program that's peer support, which we do on both an individual level. So let's say, for example, a person has a new injury or has had a medical condition. We'll match them with somebody from our offices that has had a similar experience, and they will do peer supports one-on-one with that individual.
Very cool.
Yes, it's really awesome, and it's very unique to Centers for Independent Living, which I love.
And then we do have our peer support groups, and currently we have a spinal cord injury peer support group. We have a women with disabilities peer support group, and we have a youth peer support group, youth with disabilities peer support group. In the next couple of months, we will also be gaining a peer support group for individuals who are deaf.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah. So with all of these person-centered services, do you offer like concrete help, grab bars or video doorbells or those kinds of things? Are those something that people can reach out to OSCIL for as well?
Absolutely. So an individual can call our office for more information, or we also welcome people to either email us or walk right in, as we do have an information referral specialist who can work directly with them. And then an IL coordinator will meet them at their home, schedule an appointment with them and meet them at their home to discuss what their what their needs and wants are for them to remain in their homes and remain independent. Again, our goal at OSCIL is to reduce barriers and keep people as independent as possible in their community. So they will sit one-on-one with them to discuss things that can be done within their home to make those adjustments, whether it be, a tub cut to let them into their tub, a shower chair so that they can sit and be able to take a shower independently, whether it be smart lights so that they can let Siri know to turn the lights on and off, things of that nature. So our independent living coordinators work really well one-on-one with the individual to determine what their goals and needs are.
It sounds like the services and programs offered are really directed by the individual. So it's not like you're I don't know, coming in and saying, you must do this, you must have that. You have to have that.
No, not at all. Not at all. They're very unique to what the individual's goals with regard to their life may be. And, what looking at, what can help them achieve those goals.
To remain independent in their own home and in the community.
Yep.
I've heard one of the things that OSCIL can assist people with is if your washer and dryer is in the basement, you can actually help get it on the first floor so that somebody can be independent with doing their laundry.
Right. They will assess it and see if that's possible. Exactly. Yep.
Awesome. And who's eligible for your services? Do you have to, I don't know, be a certain age, have a specific diagnosis or a certain income guideline? Who can reach out to you?
So, individuals with disabilities, those who are self-directed, again, being able to make their needs and wants known.
Mhm.
Typically, they are 18 plus, but like I had mentioned, we do have that youth program.
Mhm.
So it could be somebody that has a disability that is um, 16 years old. So we do anything from 16 or up, individuals with disabilities, and then we just would like to work with them and know that they would benefit in some way from our services.
Very cool. Now, I understand there's a new program in at OSCIL that's rolling out for October that can help provide education to businesses
Mm-hmm.
regarding individuals who may have different abilities.
Yeah, I'll let Heather speak more about that as she was a champion in putting this all together.
So it is a training called sensitivity training, and it will address it will help people. I'm sorry. It
That's
will
okay.
assist people to understand proper etiquette and how to work with individuals with disabilities. It is set into several different categories. So we have deaf and hard of hearing, blind and visual low vision, intellectual disabilities, invisible disabilities,
Guide dogs.
and we also have etiquette
Yep.
for guide dog and service dog use, what to do, what not to do, and mental health awareness, like disabilities.
Yep.
So it will cover all of that. It's in a fun, active, interactive format so that people, it's like a myth and a fact. So we'll share a myth or a fact. You let us know what you believe, and then we'll share the factual part of it. It's hopefully we're going to make it fun, interactive, but very informative.
We like fun, interactive, and informative here at
Yeah.
RI Elder Info. That's part of what we try to do on Friday, friends.
And
Sometimes things happen.
Mhm. And we are very excited to roll this out. And it is for any business, school, hospital, any company that would be interested in learning and having a more in-depth understanding on proper etiquette when it comes to people with disabilities.
I think, and this is just my opinion, when we encounter someone who, for whatever reason, is different from us, whether that be ability or different ability, if it is someone who speaks another language or is from another country or culture, I think sometimes we get afraid to speak up that we're going to be inadvertently offensive. And so we sit in silence. Will these trainings kind of provide an opportunity for people to ask questions that they've wanted to know the answers to, but just never found a safe space to ask?
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
as you'll find, everybody who will be participating in the training, we're very fun loving and understanding, and it'll be a very safe place to ask questions. We're very willing to answer any questions asked.
Absolutely. No question is off limits.
No.
Or, we find that individuals are often timid to ask the questions because they might feel as though it is personal. But no question is off limits. One of the interesting things that brought this training about, Deb, was that we were noticing that individuals with disabilities, in particular, companies would often be shy or hesitant to hire somebody with a disability because they weren't sure about reasonable accommodations or appropriate questions to ask. So in realizing this, we decided to come up with this training, but it's really more about having that open discussion. for folks, letting them know that it is okay to ask those questions. And sometimes, things, reasonable accommodations can be something as simple as a computer program or an app to help them get their work done efficiently, or a change in schedule to modify a medical appointment. And so we wanted to come up with this training so that people felt safe in order to be able to, approach somebody with a disability or develop a friendship, and ask those questions.
And to encourage employers, to, give them that safe space. But once it's out in the open, and education is the key, is one of my mottos in life. And as soon as people know, it makes things much easier.
Yeah.
And more apt to start hiring more individuals with disabilities.
And we definitely have some significant workforce challenges out there. And do you find when an employer is hiring an individual with different abilities that company benefits because now they have more maybe inside knowledge on potential consumers of their company's products? Like it's almost like you're speaking the same language.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yep. We totally agree with that.
And for companies who want to participate in this training, is it for companies, or could it be community groups, libraries, I don't know, faith-based communities? Who can do this program with you guys?
Everyone and
everyone.
anyone.
Yeah. Everyone is welcome.
Is there a cost to it?
For right now, we're just asking that people contact OSCIL for more information.
Okay.
Yep.
We are developing the program as of now, so we're just asking that they contact us, and we'll be able to provide them with further information.
You know what? OSCIL's a nonprofit. I 100% get that in order to be able to do these programs, there has to be a way to do these programs.
Yeah.
And it's so important because I was just reading an article that said we have a significant longer lifespan, but that for about 12 years, we will be facing some really significant physical and health challenges. So this is something that statistical probability, almost every single one of us is going to be facing. And when we think of otherness, I think we don't necessarily think that a disability can be one slip and fall, one major medical event, one car accident away. So for the programs through OSCIL, do you work with, say, the Office of Rehab Services? So, if you're that, I don't know, 35-year-old that had a stroke and you want to go back to work, can OSCIL help the individual get back to work, as well as this training can provide employers information on what that person who's had a stroke might need?
Absolutely. So, as independent living coordinators under OSCIL, we work with the individual one-on-one. If it is something that we do not do under our office and under our domain, we definitely refer to other community-based agencies and have worked well with them all throughout. But a lot of the times we also do case coordination. So I might be able to help them with a certain element, and then let's say transitioning home from the nursing home environment. And then once they're home and stable and have developed their, routine, again, another goal becomes wanting to be able to go to work. So then I would refer them to that other community-based agency, which would be, Office of Rehab Services or Skills Rhode Island, to be able to gain the employment skills that they want.
Yep.
It OSCIL, Ocean State Center for Independent Living, covers so many different aspects of life. I think you're one of the really cool agencies that's kind of like, yeah, we do that.
Yeah.
So,
can I share just a quick fact with you from our guide?
yes, please.
From our training guide? We can give a little teaser. If you
Yeah.
want to give one from yours.
Oh, I like little teasers.
Yeah.
Sure.
So for an example, I myself am visually impaired. I do have a guide dog. So one of the questions in our booklet is basically, like, in other words, how to assist someone with who is blind.
Yep.
So, it's not grabbing them, right? It's not kind of taking my guide dog's leash and taking him to the place instead of me. It's just letting the blind individual hold on to the elbow of the individual who's assisting and going from there. So that will be one thing addressed in the booklet. And the first and most important thing is to always ask.
Yep.
So if anyone ever wants to help someone with a disability, just always ask first.
Mm-hmm.
That's what is requested. That's what's needed, and appreciated. Not just kind of grabbing someone and saying, "Oh, I think you need help crossing the street, so I'm going to take you." It's happened. So that's for, a little teaser for the blind and visually impaired part of it.
And then one for a physical, an individual with a physical limitation. There are times where individuals feel as though they can move, the individual's equipment. For instance, I use a walker to, walk around. And sometimes once I'm seated, whether it be, a gathering, individuals feel like it's okay to sometimes remove that walker and put it somewhere else. So part of the training will be addressing, speaking with the individual first before you remove their equipment. So that way, if there is a safety concern, let's say a fire alarm goes off or something like that, the individual can easily be able to access their walker and leave the room versus just taking it away, which I've had happen to me before.
And see, I like that you both speak from experience. This is not some theoretical thing. This is your actual lived experience. And I think that's one of the things that's going to make this program that you're offering really good, because I think a lot of times individuals who have different abilities might not realize the importance of the difference of taking someone's ability to get out of an emergent situation away. They think, oh, we're clearing the path for everybody else, so we don't want the walker here. Or the difference between having someone with a visual impairment take your arm versus you taking theirs. Like, I think those are great examples.
And
I'm looking forward to this training.
We want people to know that it's and there's no judgment, right?
No,
because
not
we
at
don't.
all.
I myself, when we were just to share the booklet is compiled. The most of it is based on the experiences of people who live with disabilities, but the employees here at OSCIL. So, and it's a judge-free zone, because there were things I didn't know about other disabilities that are people I work with here at OSCIL. So I was learning things right along with everybody who's going to be attending the training. So it's a judge-free zone.
Yeah, and it's important to know that with all of us in society, there are things that we don't always know, whether it be that we've been in the field for a number of years or whether we're just starting out. So it's okay to ask those questions.
That's good.
Yeah.
And so what is the best number if people want to learn more for people to call about these programs and all the services offered at OSCIL?
Yes.
So the best number would be our main direct line. It's 401-738-1013. Or you could also reach us at www.oscil.org.
Perfect. I am so grateful that you guys were able to come on today. It has been a lot of fun, and I really appreciate that. So thank you. Any last thoughts?
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us. Absolutely. And if there is any need within the community, I just urge you to reach out to OSCIL and definitely call us. And we'd be more than happy to provide you with assistance or guide you in the right direction with regard to services.
Yep.
Awesome. Thank you both so very much. This has been a lot of fun today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Everybody, Ocean State Center for Independent Living, OSCIL, has a lot of really wonderful resources. This is a new resource. I've learned some new things today. I hope you have too. I encourage you, if you are a business watching, if you are in HR, if you are frontline staff or healthcare worker, I encourage you to reach out to OSCIL at the 738-1013 number, because like they said, nobody's born knowing all those things. And who better to learn from than somebody who has lived experience? How awesome is that? And again, if you are an individual who are in need of home modifications and technology, yeah, they do that too. If you happen to be watching from another state, there is a Center for Independent Living in your state too. And I encourage you to check with the United Way in your state to learn more about what the Centers for Independent Living in your state might offer. But here in Rhode Island, we have OSCIL, and they're doing some really cool stuff. So I thank you all for joining me today. I hope you've hit the like button, the share button, all those social media cues. I look forward to seeing you next week. In the meantime, be well and be kind.
If you like this video, please follow us on social media and subscribe on YouTube. For more information, visit rielderinfo.com or call 401-585-0509. If you have any questions, email deb@rielderinfo.com.